My name is Neil. I am 32. I work as a welder, and my annual salary is between $70,000 and $90,000 a year. I work for a medium-sized industrial contractor that is based on the West Coast, but they have done jobs throughout the country and also like internationally. When you get to work every day, the first thing a welder does, you go to your job area, because usually these are really big sites. You know, we've worked at mines that are 45 miles long, so you have to get to your job area, and then you have to get the welding machine ready, and you have to lay out your leads, and you have to get the tools, which, you know, you can be working with I-beams or pipe that weigh up to, you know, several thousand pounds each. So you probably have to get a forklift or a crane to get the metal to where it needs to be, to where you can weld it. And then you weld it. And you're using a lot of grinders and hand tools to prep the metal for welding. It can take up to like a couple hours to get set up to do a weld. I've had welds that the weld itself took 15 minutes to complete, and I had to wait 3 days to do it because we had to wait for a crane to come to lift off a piece of machinery so we could access the pipe. And then once we accessed it, we had to get safety to come over and check to make sure we were doing it right. And then the mill had to come and say, oh, everything looks good around here. And then by that time, the crane moved, so we couldn't pick it up. And oh my God, that's the one thing about being a welder, is that your job is gonna entail a lot of waiting, but it is your job to be ready to go when the time is right. So you need to always have your little bucket with your hood and your rod and everything you need right then. When they've gotten everything ready for the weld, you need to be ready to do it. The field of welding is very large. There's many different kinds of things you can do in it. Kind of subfield that I've chosen, industrial field. They're the biggest projects, the dirtiest. You're gonna be like away from home the longest. I rarely end the day where I don't need to take a shower and wash my clothes. Like, you're gonna be getting dirty, you're gonna be working hard. It's a trade that is pretty hard on the body. They've done a lot in recent years to make sure that, you know, you can work your entire working life and not have any kind of serious health issues, but it's still hard on your body. Like, my knees hurt at the end of the day. You know, you get little cuts and scrapes on your hands, and that's just part of it. So it's not really for somebody who's not willing to get dirty and try and get things done. I have days where I look at the health data in my phone. I walk like 12 miles a day. So there's lots of walking around. There's lots of like getting in a cramped little position, lying down on an I-beam, you know, 35 feet in the air, trying to unbolt some stupid little bolt that's in your way. Or usually the worst days on the job for me, because we work outside for the most part, are just when there's bad weather. If we're running 6 weeks behind, a little bit of rain is not going to keep us from working. We're working in the rain, we've worked in the snow. I worked in 105-degree weather, which is not very fun when you're a welder because it's hot. The best days are usually where you get to like really like excel at your skill, where I'm a pipe welder and I made some like cool pipes today. And you look at them and you're like, those pipe, everything is very straight. They run where they need to. Like, they look good, the welds look good, they all pass x-ray. Everybody who walks by and knows a little bit is gonna be like, oh, those pipes look good. The guys who are around this stuff really know. You can walk by something and look at it and tell that somebody did a good job at it. And even if it's, you know, a pipe that's under a huge piece of equipment that nobody really looks at, when somebody pulls out the grating to like repair the bottom of whatever it is, they're gonna look at it and they're gonna be like, oh, somebody did a good job here.